Hello, everybody. We're live. It's the Roundtable.
Again.
If you saw a Shiv on the starting soon screen and now wonder why is there no Shiv, Shiv is in hell, or rather in Georgia, where they have wildfires right now. So no Shiv. It's fine. And with that, I'm handing it over to Ariel.
Hi, I am not near any wildfires. My name is Ariel. I'm now 1/5 of the Find Out crew. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm here to sort of facilitate today. I'll popcorn it over to Imani.
Hi, everyone. I'm Imani. I am 1/5 of the Find Out Productions crew, and I'm just here to ask questions about solo gaming, because that's what I care about the most. Don't make that face. Why are you making that face?
I'm wondering if Wiz is going to do his actual introduction or if we can just pop into our guest. Any intro today, Wiz?
Janis, you got an intro?
I'm Janis, he, him. Maia.
This is our wonderful guest, Maia. Please tell the people.
Maia.
Maia. I know I said it too fast. I know I said it too fast.
Yeah, the caption ninjas are going to be messing with you all day because I already see you as Maia. Apologies.
No. Nope.
Yeah, technology can't help it. Tell people who you are, where they can find you, and then we can get into our little interview.
Okay. Hi, my name is Maia. I am 2/5 of the Find Out Productions crew. Just kidding. JK. But yes, my name is Maia, and you can find me on Maia's Game Room. That's the name of my podcast. And that's where you can find me on Blue Sky. And yeah, I'm also a GM on the Looking for Mom channel. It's another shared, similar kind of setup to Find Out Productions, where it's a collective of GMs like putting out cool TTRPG content.
And look at that command that I got off Go in Chat.
Thank you. I do have questions kind of about that and how you got started in the TTRPG space. I know there are some folks who were like, oh yeah, I've been here for decades. But you were a little similar to some of us who have been here a little less long, but have gotten very active very quickly. Can you tell us like how you got into this space?
Yeah, I got into it in March of 2023 and then had a lot of fun. It was a D&D game, of course, that the first one that I played in. And then it was at a work convention. So it was like one of those breakout sessions where it's like, okay, now you guys can go play golf or do something, like go to the bar. Well, someone was running a D&D game and I was like, okay, fine. I've heard about it in Stranger Things. Let's go. And then I had no idea what was going on. They gave me a pre-gen. Literally had no idea. But we were all like sitting and playing, I guess. And then I had to leave early. And then I was like, I gotta go. Let me roll one more time. And then I rolled and everybody cheered. And I was like, what does that mean? Why are you guys happy? I don't know. I don't know what happened. That I had to go. And then someone even gave me a D4. They're like, congratulations on your first game. And I was like, oh, thank you. I still have that D4 somewhere. But yeah, and then pretty soon after I realized that D&D was like too crunchy for me personally.
Too crunchy?
It was very much a situation of like, okay, I'm constantly homebrewing, constantly like, combat's freaking slow.
A lot of rolls, a lot of math.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Sorry.
Very little wiggle room.
No, Imani, please. We've grown up with D&D, probably.
No, I didn't.
If you're coming into this without having...
No. My first tabletop role-playing game was Firebrand. There is no rolling in that game. I just say, compared to Pathfinder, however, D&D is not crunchy. But it is crunchy,
are you?
I mean, compared to Pathfinder is not the bar I would really set for anything. Sure.
No, I don't. Seriously, I don't really play D&D that much. Like, I don't.
Sure.
Pathfinder is my preferred thing because I like crunchy numbers. I like doing division to do my modifiers.
Well, that's one of the amazing things about TTRPGs. You can do math, and I'm gonna roll one dice and let it tell me what happened.
But
There'll be no math.
Yeah,
maybe 2 dice.
Firebrands has no dice as far as I remember. Firebrands is literally like, I think there are playing cards in that game. Like, that was my first tabletop game. So like, I went from no math to division.
So as I was saying, D&D and Pathfinder are horrible systems. Not
user friendly.
Yeah.
No, I was kidding. They're fine for whoever likes them, but they're not for me. And at this point, I have tried 55 plus systems. I just like trying out new ones, and narrative is where I'm at. So kind of narrative focused, or systems that allow the numbers to kind of disappear when I need it to. And then we can come in with the role play and drive the story forward. Or it's even better when the mechanics support role play. Actual, like you need to do this in order for the game to move forward. That's even better for me. So games like City of Mist or Legend of the Mist, stuff like that, where you need to talk and insert drama. So a lot of year zero engine games will do that too. So yeah. And then I've been doing actual play stuff for consistently about a year and a half or two or something like that. That's mostly what I do these days. I don't do like home games anymore. It's produce and create a lot of actual play.
I feel that.
Because I like it. I think it's fun.
Yeah. So speaking of that, can you tell me like about that process? Because it's very different from when you're just playing at home with your friends or online.
Oh yeah.
Getting a group of strangers together and then sort of deciding on the system that you're going to use, the story you want to tell with your table, and then how you build that world together with your table.
Yeah. Now I have a really good system that I have like honed and locked in. Because I know it's just a hobby, but this type of storytelling medium I take very seriously. And so every step I take seriously. So when it comes to casting, and if I've never played with people, I'll do a vibe check session, which is an actual play session. So you can play with me and see how you like my GM style and everybody else's play style. So I won't just go cast straight to session 1 or session 0. I am very intentional about like we have to mesh well before I even hit record, and so it starts there. And then I've been doing that, and since then I've been like built up like my what is it called? Is it a Pokédex? I don't play Pokemon or know anything.
Yeah, like when you scan stuff and you know their information.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I built up over time of just people I love playing with. But when it is new people, I will always do that. The system is kind of decided already. I have like a campaign primer, so I'll send that out to people like, hey, here's the system, here's the tone. I will talk about the tone as well in session 0. I really like staying in character as much as possible. I don't like I don't like too much out of character talk that has nothing to do with the game. So you'll hear in my games and my actual plays that it's very minimal because I produce the stuff that I want to hear. And so I'll take all of that stuff seriously. And so I'm thinking about all of that when I'm creating the actual plays. But that was like honed over time. I didn't used to do like the vibe check sessions and all of that. But I learned the hard way. So so now I do that. And just like all the graphics that are put out, the marketing that I do, making sure everybody has good audio. Audio is very important. Editing as well, cutting out dead space. Making sure that pacing is done well, that the story has forward momentum. And if it doesn't, maybe cut out the scene where they talk for 20 minutes, but it doesn't do anything. You're like, okay, you guys are kind of just rambling here.
I feel like it's a combination of like it's a live actual play, yes, but then you cut it down into what would be a traditional radio drama, which like if this doesn't move the story forward, if this scene isn't working, it would get cut in post. It gets cut in post.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't really do live. I see that you guys are going live, or you guys do pre-recorded, or
I do pre-recorded.
Depends.
Okay.
My next show is pre-recorded for that exact reason.
Yeah. Okay. I do Blades in the Dark live because I've played that system for 10 years at this point, and I just know what I need to do there. Red Markets is pre-recorded, and that still doesn't always have momentum because it's kind of just a beta test of the 2nd edition rules. But for the first session, I had to cut out like 5 to 10 minutes of us going through the rules because we were just sitting there like
100%. Yeah, that's what pre-recorded is for, so that you can be like, we're gonna stop for 5 minutes to talk about mechanics, cut it. So easy.
Like literally, that's part of the reason why I'm doing pre-recorded also for Cowboy Bebop for my next upcoming show, because majority of no one has played the game. We've all just seen someone else play the game. So it's like, no, there's gonna be a point in time which we have to like go consult the rule book and figure out what's going on. It's just like that doesn't need to be in the final. Like that can be like the behind the scenes stuff, but it doesn't need to go in the actual like I don't need and I feel like that's good.
I know there is that idea of if it's stopping too long, even amongst just your table, it can stagnate or slow the momentum. But if I'm live, there's no way that I'll have the composure to like find a rule book, get to the correct page, and do all that.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
a bit of that pressure off I get.
Like sometimes I'm like, fuck it, we'll do it live. But other times I'm like, no.
Couldn't be me.
For one shots, we can lock in and we do live. I'll do like live editing, or I front load everything. I'll let players know. Like I won't spoil anything, but I'll let players know in my actual plays too. Like, hey, by the end of this session, we need to be here. So like they already know, like, okay, we got to lock in. This is the goal for the session. And I've had players tell me that's super helpful because because sometimes they don't know what they're going to do. And of course it's all improv and we're yes-anding and building up the story with the dice. But as an actual play, it's a production at the same time. So I'm like, hey, here is a beat that we do need to, you guys do need to speak to this NPC. I'm not going to tell you how or when, but they're there and you do need to speak to them, or we need to be here by the end of the session. So however you want to get there, I find is super helpful.
So I've got a few clear memories. So allow me just a second of rant for talking about the audio that you do bring together for like these podcasts, these pre-recordeds. So I've got one last year for Imani's Juneteenth stream. One of your players was like, you let us hear that sound in session 0, but now that I'm hearing it while I'm playing, it hits so different. So I know that's a big thing. We talked a lot about music for our show Bad Deal Blues. It was an Orville Blues game. And then look behind you, you're like liminal horror. There's so much audio that's driving the story. Talk to me about those decisions.
Oh, I am just so heavily inspired by music and audio and like sound effects. Like while I'm playing, while I'm running the game, I'll hear the sound that sounds perfect for this scene. I'll be like, oh, that's going to sound so awesome. And while I'm editing too, I'll be like, oh, okay, so this is what, we're in Chicago. It's New Year's. What are we hearing right now? I want to place everybody. So when you're listening, I want it to be immersive. Okay, so he's in a train station. Okay, so we need that train ambiance. But now there's like a liminal aspect to it. Where is it getting a little weird? We're gonna muffle it. Or if it's snowing, or if we're hearing fireworks, or for Bad Deal Blues, it's Space Cowboy. Every episode was named after a famous Black blues song or Black artist.
It was amazing.
It's so good. So good.
But yeah, because Blues wanted a lot of blues music. And I've been doing that going forward too. Like an upcoming actual plays, Old Gods of Appalachia, that's coming up next. But I'm using liminal horror instead of cipher system, and that's heavily inspired by like Southern Gothic. I think that's what it's called, music, and like Sinner's music. So that twang of the slide guitar, and you feel like you're in the bayou, and it's so good.
I don't think I've ever heard Southern Gothic.
Just YouTube it.
Southern Gothic is a genre of literature mostly, but
yeah,
that's probably
it's like what is that? Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. What is it? I think the movie that comes to mind is Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Technically, I want to say that second Scarlet book. I can't remember what the first one is. Not Gone with the Wind. I think it's technically Gone with the Wind. No, the second one.
I didn't know.
Oh, I'm not sure.
All
these references, I'm like,
I'm so uncultured.
No. I had the pleasure of going to school in Savannah, Georgia. So like, it's low key haunted.
Okay.
It's low key haunted.
It's kind of high key haunted.
I see that too.
It's
our ancestors
are
screaming right now.
Our ancestors, some native ancestors, some white people ancestors. There's a lot of haunted things in Savannah. Too many haunted things.
But yeah, I really love. I think audio and music is so good, and it just draws you in even more. I think if you can, it's not needed for actual play, but it certainly helps. And for this upcoming one, I reached out to an artist called Guillermo Cueva because I was listening to his music that was inspired by Sinners, and I was like, "Hey, can I use your music in my upcoming like actual play?" He's like, "Yeah, just like credit me." And I was like, "Awesome! It sounds so good. I gotta send you the link of his music."
Yeah.
But it is, and he made it all, and I was like surprised he let me he's letting me use it. It is all throughout this upcoming actual play. So good.
It's you can find
it's so interesting how you like blend actual play with audio dramas, because I love a good audio drama. Like, yes, audio books are a thing, but like straight up audio dramas are such a rare thing these days that I'm just like, bring them back. Bring back radio plays.
And they are coming back. You look at like some very large names. Well, yeah, some very large names that started doing some of this for like Benedict Cumberbatch is lending voice to a lot of things.
Oh, yes.
Like very large names. Like Patrick Stewart did one. And it's like.
So I just learned that they made an entire original Star Wars, the original trilogy, radio drama that's completely, it's the regular movies, but with more stuff, with like a different cast of people doing all the voices for all 3 of the original trilogy. And I'm just like,
it opens up your world. If you're doing this theater of the mind and adding music behind it, think about the this is American history to some degree, but War of the Worlds was the first audio.
Yes.
People were literally thinking that there was an actual invasion. There were police reports all over the nation because people were hearing a radio show that's a narrative story and thinking that their life was really literally crumbling around them. Like,
that's how good it was.
I thought there was a brief renaissance. It was a brief renaissance with what's that damn thing? With Welcome to Night Vale.
Oh, I do know that. The Night Vale is familiar.
It was big. It was a fictional radio show about a fictional town that was completely like. It was an entirely pre-written story. Basically, it wasn't actually like an actual play, but like it was a question of like, is this like all improv, or are they writing this beforehand and then acting this out? It was like 10 years ago, I think, at this point, because I'm old, but like I was like, so close. I think I was gonna say it came out when I was into college, and that was apparently 10 years ago. So I'm old.
Oof.
Barely, but
we're not talking about things that far away. We're looking towards the future.
Yeah, Darker LARPers, like and Magnus Archives also. What it's happening sort of in the podcast space, but like I need scripted ones. I need scripted audio dramas to come back.
I'm a big fan.
They're fun.
I do think that they lend themselves kind of also to this genre that I don't want to pigeonhole you, but you do seem to have some heavier games. Some sci-fi, some horror games that you run. Yes, you might. Yeah. Eyebrows up.
Oh, you're talking about me? Sorry. I thought you were responding to Imani. Oh,
no, game.
Yes, I do. I do.
Yeah, like and audio stuff kind of fits in with that. Is that like a favorite genre of yours, or just one which you think fits well with TTRPGs in general?
Genre? Do you mean horror, or just
like
the heavier
horror, sci-fi? Some horror stuff, like heavy dramas in general, instead of like, hey, we're playing Care Bears. Let's get to the birthday party. La 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 la. Because
it is my goal to run. It is my goal to run a cozy game, and I'll try my best.
You tried. You almost did. You almost did.
I almost did. And I said, Imani, can I do horror instead?
Oh, that's the Juneteenth game. Okay.
Oh, yes, it's the Juneteenth game. I think horror is such a good genre for storytelling, because Get Out really showed me that, like, okay, it doesn't have to all be jump scares and gore. Like, we could talk about deep themes of trauma, ancestry. Sinners did it too. And like political topics and stuff like that in horror. And then you can also laugh, and you can also be scared by just like, it's your real life, just the horror of being Black in America. I was like, oh, I didn't know that could be horror, but yeah, I guess that is horrifying. All the little tropes that he put in, and the stereotypes that he put in there. But I think horror, you could tell really, really deeply moving stories. The Haunting of Hill House is another example of a great, well-made horror TV show, but it's really about the trauma of a family, that all the trauma they went through when they were growing up, just told through a horror lens. And I think it's done so well. But I also just like heavier stories. I want to feel moved. I like human stories. So you probably won't see a lot of like, oh, okay, you're an Asimar and you're an elf and you're this. And I like the fact that, we're humans, and, working through all our flaws in some type of story, because I just connect with that better. So, one day I'll do fantasy as well, but these heavier themes, I think it feels like cathartic, maybe. if that's the right word. It feels really
also,
good.
the other thing is too, like you don't need we and I say we as Black people don't need to like sugarcoat our traumas and horrors by like making them drown looking at you D&D and just we can the horror exists in real life. I don't need to I don't need to reskin it as some fantasy nonsense and fantasy racism. I deal with real racism in real life. Like there's no it can just the game can just be that in real life.
That's true. But in terms of like racism too, I don't focus on that though either. When I like I'll have games that are set in the 1880s and stuff like that. Of course there is like horrible racism going on and lynchings and all that. And I won't erase it either. I won't say it won't happen. Because of all that stuff happening, a lot of great creative stuff was birthed and a whole bunch of radical, awesome stuff. So I'm not going to say that it didn't happen, but in my games, I don't focus on it per se. So I'm not going to turn the camera and show you. And then you see a police officer beating someone. I'm like, no, we're not. So it's really not a focus in my games. So yeah, I know some people might. There's games that do really heavily focus and that's fine. I personally,
it's not the games you're playing. I mean, to be fair, those are the games I want to be playing. Like, yes, it's fun sometimes to like have them have their comeuppance, but sometimes I'm like, I just want to have a good time, and I happen to be Black.
Exactly.
I have other traumas as well, unrelated to that, or related to that, but like unrelated to race.
I'm gonna ask.
I think when 21 Years a Slave came out, I think we were all tired. We were like, we get it.
Jesus, Black trauma is not a genre that I'm interested in. The struggle can't just be overcoming the shit that I'm dealing with.
Especially because we haven't overcome it, but that's neither here nor there.
Maia, I'm going to ask you to refresh your captions window for me, please. We've lost you for a bit.
Sure.
We've never had you.
I didn't realize we never had them. I feel like they were there for like a hot second.
We're trying.
Listen, it's okay.
No, still not there. It doesn't work. We did this in tech. It doesn't.
Listen, it'd be like
function today.
So, speaking of some of those heavier topics, especially like how you can sort of safely work through some of those things and also address them as a backdrop. What are some safety things which you use at your table, with the players?
Safety. Okay, well, safety tools. We do lines and veils, and then respect that throughout. I was recently given an idea that one player can be the safety person, making sure that lines are respected throughout play. Because I was like, because as a GM, I'm thinking about like the pacing and the notes and my prep notes. And if I do happen to forget, it's likely because I have so much on my mind already. So I want to hand that off to a player, be like, hey, you're playing this character, but also can you be the lines and veils guy so that look at that during play, just make sure, double check in. So there's that. There is a famous moment in season 1 of my podcast where one of the characters was going to she was going to use her body for a favor because they had to get out of a city, and she was going to like use her body as like sexual favor. And the guy that I was playing as a GM, I felt so scummy and disgusting. And we were role playing. I felt so gross. And it was getting up to that moment of like, oh my God, is this going to happen? Like, are you going to do this? And I was like, oh my God, I feel gross. I don't like to break. I don't like to cut or say take a break. I like to stay in it. But even me as the GM, I stopped for a second while we were recording. And I was like, are you okay? Like, is everything all good? I was like, I feel gross right now. We both like laughed and because like we needed it because it was starting to expand like the tension. And I was like, we gotta pop this bubble real quick. And so I stopped real quick and I was like, I feel disgusting. How do you feel? She's like, I feel gross as well. And then we both started laughing. There was like a check-in of like, are you okay? Like, I just want to make sure. And so that was good. I cut that part out though. So I cut all that out. So, and then for the audience, I've had people message me. They're like, I feel really uncomfortable. And I was like, you're supposed to feel uncomfortable. Like in this type of setting, this is a very realistic thing that would happen.
Yeah.
But we got to that point. It got up to like 95% of like, oh, are you going to do this? And then I threw out something. Maybe it was a little bit railroady, but I was like, hey, you're able to like pay just enough money to not have this happen. Cause I was like, I don't think we need to go through this. Like in my head, I didn't say it out loud. So I found like a narrative reason to get through it. And then at the end of the session, we talked about it. We loved it. I did message her. I was like, would you do this if I was a man? She was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No way in hell. Cause I that situation is always comes up to my mind in terms of like safety and stuff. So I think it's okay to stop a scene and check in real quick and then get back into it. Or if something is feeling really gross, just double check. And then I added that check-in that I cut out in that scene. I put it at the end so that the audience would know we as people are okay.
Yeah.
Because they don't know. And I've heard that made them like breathe and be like, oh, okay, they're good.
Yeah, your audience
because it's really uncomfortable. But yeah, so checking in, having somebody else come in to be the lines and veils person, and just respecting everybody's lines and veils and just communication. That's mainly what I do, and haven't had any grand issues, really big issues so far, I think.
We had a similar discussion previously about safety tools. So you mentioned lines and veils. Do you just use lines and veils, or do you just have, when you start a show like that, do you just go through, okay, these are the themes that we're definitely going to hit, just how far do we want to go with them?
Yeah, we do go over the themes in session 0. But those themes are also they're in the campaign primer, they're in they're in the casting call. So there's no point where you should be like, oh, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Like you should know from the very first moment. I put it in like 4 different places. So if everybody who's at the table already knows what they're in for, so they are okay with it. But because I double check too, and I will message people and be like, okay, once again, these are the themes, this is the tone, these are the content warnings. You good? So I put it in multiple places. Yeah.
I did love that in the Juneteenth one for this year, you did put themes and tones on top of, because all I had asked for was content warnings, and you're like, no, themes and tones. And I was like, yes, good. That's useful points of references for people, because some people may not know what they're getting into.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because I see so many horror games that just turn into like chuckle fests and like dick jokes everywhere, and it's not scary. It's just funny, and I'm like, oh, okay. But for this, I will loosen it a bit, okay. But usually I'm like, here's the tone, because I want everybody to respect
to match.
Yeah.
I'm reminded of it's for consent as a whole, but this idea of like thinking about it like a cup of tea. And if you're saying, hey, I have some tea, would you like some? And then you make it for someone, and while you were making it, they decided they don't want it. You can't force them to drink that tea. If they take a sip and realize it wasn't for them, like, are you going to make them drink the rest of that tea? So checking in, I think, is a really important way throughout.
100%.
Yeah. I also want to touch on, it's a genre that I appreciate it for what it is. It's called theater obscura. And for those of you who've ever had any sort of theater background or film background, you might know this. It is art which is supposed to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Either to like visually a juxtaposition of the foreground and background, or just in the content that it produces. I don't have a better way to sound this. How uncomfortable do you want your audience to be when they watch, or are you not, or like what is a level? Do you want people to feel that sort of tension, that like right on the edge feeling?
That is the goal. Like I want them to feel something like that, because I'm taking it seriously, and I'm like, okay, this is the tone, and I hope I'm conveying it well. And so that is my goal. That I mean, there are just some topics that are uncomfortable, and I think it's okay to kind of live in that, and not sugarcoat certain things. I think like lines and veils are important, content warnings for the audience too. Now I'm putting in like an audio tag of like, hey, this game has this, and this, check the description. I didn't used to do that, but somebody was like, you should do that. I was like, you're right.
Because people don't read. People don't read.
But put the audio tag so that at least they'll hear. But yeah, I'm hoping that for the stuff that I want them to feel uncomfortable with, I hope it's conveyed well. But it's never too like I'm never trying to be gratuitous or excessive at the same time.
Shock for shock value purposes.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do that at all. But I love the feeling of tension, and if music can do it, if music can help, if the cast can help, and if like me as the GM helping to guide can also convey that, then yeah, we're gonna try our best. So I hope that answers your question.
It is. And I didn't know. It is okay. Because there's a very lighthearted and funny yuck it up moments for a lot of APs. There are some which are very light, and those are easy to find. But to
100%.
find a darker theme, a heavier theme, one which is going to make you sit with emotion, I think is also there's room for that in this space. And I just appreciate you doing that kind of. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Ah, yes. I wish there was more out there. I wish there was more.
If it's not there, you got to make it yourself, unfortunately.
I
know. That's what I'm doing.
Taking a somewhat page out of your book, my next one is a little darker. I'm doing Mutants in the Night, and I'm going to try to just allow it to be real, but not gratuitous.
I love it.
I mean, if I can talk a little bit of shit for a second, it doesn't have to be dark, but a lot of actual plays, just like one-shots or mini-series of like up to 4 sessions, that has no real
stake.
That's just we come together and we just play the game, and it's just mostly a vibe, and there's not really a kind of just direction that is just there.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it is just, people at the table, and there's no...
no
messaging, stakes. I would say. Yeah.
No, I see that a lot. I don't want to say it's low effort actual play.
It's not,
because I have to remind myself.
Like, it takes a
nobody.
To do that,
yeah, I don't know. I have to remind myself. Not everybody thinks it like I do, because I do take it more seriously than a lot of actual play creators do. But I have to remind myself, Maia, some people just want like a chill. They just want to hit record and like just play with their friends and throw something up. I'm like, okay.
There's room for both. And that's why I really love what you do, because it is so opposite of what I see so often.
Here's the thing, though. There isn't room for both. There's too much of one.
Okay, we were trying to be. Listen, we were trying to be middle guy.
No. Here's the thing. So like, there's so many actual plays, and this is not specific to anyone, any specific group of people. It's just like it's just a bunch of friends playing a game together, and they happen to do it live. And it's just like, did the world need another one of those? If it's just your friends, did the world actually need that? Or could you have like literally? This is not
because that's what my shit is.
No, and that's not bad. No, but that's not bad. I'm just saying some things could have just stayed in your group DMs.
Yeah,
and stayed with your friends.
Shots fired.
Sorry. And here's the thing. Like sometimes games I'm playing it are just me and my friends want to play Root. Like I just want to play a cute little guy with like a knife.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
That lends itself well to our next topic as we're moving into the last bit of our hour.
Wait, our solo games?
Our solo games, yes.
Yay!
Solo. Speaking of so many different kinds, Maia does have a kind of a deep dive on her YouTube that I hope Imani can link right here next to me. But it's you went on a recent sort of journey, I want to call this. We've done some like solo RPGs the last month here. We've been doing Missing Month with Shiv and Glyza, 2 of our other casts, the other 2 of the crew who are not here. Can you talk me through this just Goldilocks journey, as you called it, or you're moving into solo RPGs?
Yeah, that video explains it all. So I highly recommend everybody
go watching that video.
Is it the I was wrong about? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I know exactly the video you're talking about.
Yes.
Hey. So it started because
I follow your channel.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my. Wow, I'm honored. I'm honored. The Imani. The E-money. E-money.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It started because I had lost my dog last year, and I was so just very, very sad. And I didn't have the bandwidth to be with the people that I had, as you usually are in TTRPGs. Like, I was like, I can't, like, emotionally, I can't, like, because you have to turn on a little bit and become someone else. And I was like, oh, I can't do that right now. I took like 2 weeks to myself, but I still had the desire to be in it somehow. So I was like, okay, let me try these solo games. I tried one that led to another, it led to another. And as I usually do, I was sad, but I'm still Maia. So yeah, I tried like 10 games and continued to test out what I did like, and what I didn't like, and what worked and what didn't work for me. And it really changed my mind. And I didn't think I could have fun solo. But after testing out so many and figuring out what worked and what didn't work and where I was having fun with each solo game, yeah, it just really changed my mind. Solo games are awesome. I will continue to play them. And journaling, the hot take for me is that, journaling games aren't games, but that's just me.
No, you're not wrong.
I think they're writing exercises with prompts, but listen, correct. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I have. There's a hard line between games and activities. Is a line I took from the video. I was like, yeah, no, that makes sense. Like, if you're sitting down, it feels like homework.
As someone who makes solo games, it is a very thin line between this is just therapy and this is a game that I'm playing.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I even found a solo game for when you lose a pet. And it was so sweet.
Oh my God.
It was very,
But was it a game or was it just therapy?
No, it was therapy, but it was in the solo RPG section.
Yeah.
But
so you had fun. Would play
I don't know if it was fun, but it felt good.
Cathartic?
I don't know if I was like, I can't wait to get back to this, but it was like, cathartic. It felt good. It was like a quiet time that I could have to myself while I thought about my little doggy.
Sorry, the caption said, I said cathartic, and the caption wrote Catholic, and I was like, the fuck is wrong with you guys?
That's a you problem.
Damn this country.
like I keep saying cathartic, and it keeps saying Catholic, and I'm like, those are not...
Let's talk about how our Christian trauma also influences our games.
Does it? This is, by the way, one of the most interesting things that I've noticed ever since I've gotten into actual play, which means I'm playing with a lot of Americans. You have so much religious trauma.
Which is shocking.
That's because this entire country is Christian and built on Christianity.
For a not Christian nation, we're a real Christian nation sometimes, but not in the good way.
Founded by the Puritans.
In the Crusaders type kind of Christian philosophy way, and I don't approve.
Highly religious country.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
religious.
But about Star Wars.
Star Wars! I love Star Wars.
Is there a Star Wars solo RPG?
No, yes, not solo, but you're playing Starforged as a Star Wars. Tell me how did that happen? So here's the thing. It's on my like to watch list or whatever, but I stopped paying for YouTube.
Ad blocker. That's all I gotta say.
No. Did we lose everyone?
No, we're still here. I can still see you.
We're here.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone just dropped away from me for a second.
No, Imani, you dropped.
Okay. Anyway, Starforged. Am I safe? Nope. Janis disappeared from me.
Janis just dropped. Oh, yeah, he's back.
I did that intentionally.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you little stinker.
No.
You little scamp?
No, I fixed Imani's output.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're back.
Okay. Star Wars.
Starforged, yes. Star Wars and Starforged.
Yes.
How did that happen? Because I know you played Ironsworn before, I believe. So why did you pick it up again?
Yeah, why'd I pick it up?
Again.
Well,
why did you pick it up again?
Why'd I pick it up again? Because I love Star Wars. And 2, I like the concept of a gray Jedi. It's not canon technically, but I like it's like a fan-made thing. whatever.
Legends exist. Listen, legends exist.
I like it. The purple lightsaber, and I said in that video, I was like, guess why I chose purple? And then people were like, is it this or this? I was like, no, it's simple because Samuel Jackson plays
Mace Windu.
Yeah, I did it for the culture. You guys are thinking too much into it.
That was very obviously Mace Windu coded. What the hell? Youngest master of the order of Mace Windu took on a Sith single-handedly and still lost, but that was cheating. Like,
yeah.
Ariel's like, what the fuck is happening?
I know about Samuel Jackson. I don't know his name.
Made his own lightsaber form.
But I know he had that purple lightsaber.
Yes.
Yeah. Made his own lightsaber That's like my knowledge of that just also ends at the movies, and whatever else is getting talked about. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. Okay, well, you guys aren't locked in like us.
You gotta be locked in. You gotta go read the Legends book. Go read 20 years worth of books.
See, I knew somebody who did, and he had a full bookshelf of them. So I'm not sure I will. I think there's a bit much there.
You're lost.
Yeah, exactly. It's so good. Anyway, back to Star Wars.
Yeah, so I play what I'm inspired by, and I just had the idea come up, and I'm having fun. I have a list. Of course, I have an organized type of list in Notion and all that good stuff. Share that list. Share that list.
I have so many solo games. I need to make my own list.
Yeah. So I had the idea of Grey Jedi who survived Order 66, which was like the killing of so many Jedi, but they ran away. That's why they survived. So it's kind of like, oh, you were a coward. And so now it's like on a road to redemption for this character. So
how do you balance? So I have a problem with solo games if I can only play one game at a time. How do you balance play it? Yeah, my brain I forget what I'm doing. Have you met me?
You gotta work on that.
It's a skill issue. I will say it's a skill issue.
It's 50-50 split. Very brain.
You've heard it here. ADHD is a skill issue. Just do better.
No, it's not an ADHD thing. It's in order for me to get this is not an ADHD. This is a writer problem. In order for me to get into like the head of a character for a long period.
Smile is strong with this one.
I think 50% of this call is neurotypical and very right-brained and organized, and 50% of this call is just like, butterfly.
People in chat, Imani, my love, it's an ADHD.
What?
Listen, I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this.
Pushing between.
Listen, I know I have ADHD. Like I know I have the prescription, I had the diagnosis and everything. I did not know this was an ADHD problem. I just thought this was a skill issue.
Someone with ADHD would think that though. He would be like, this is not it.
Like, no, I just need anyway. How do you manage having because it's a solo game when you're playing everyone? How do you manage having that wildly different characters theoretically in your head at the same time?
Oh, I don't have that many characters. I usually it's just one or two other NPCs that I'm bouncing off of. I'm not going too crazy, so to keep it manageable. Yeah. Okay, so I can focus on. Yeah.
Okay. I have too many.
You have too many. Yeah, it's your ADHD. We discussed this.
Full backstory for the person selling water on the street stall and
and their family and why they're there.
Who took the ticket at the counter?
Why his wife left him?
Okay,
that is an ADHD.
You need to know.
Just drive around my town and just pass all the fuckers, and I'm just like, I wonder how they're doing today.
Yeah.
And then I go off.
Oh, dude, I could people watch for a long time. I could sit down at New York in a park and just be like, oh wow, what are they like? What are they going?
If I gave them a name, if they have a first and last name, they get a backstory.
If they have a first and a last name,
yeah.
You give that last name?
Oh, interesting. That's Avatar: The Last Airbender rules right there.
Yeah. Are they a named NPC? Do they not get a backstory?
No.
Are you not world building?
I will just say this guy there with the blue shirt.
Oh.
The guy with the blue shirt.
I do want to know how Imani decides who is worthy of a name and who isn't.
Yeah.
Just
That's
how do you discriminate?
And that is literally why I was asking, how do you manage having this many NPCs in solo games by yourself?
You said it like everybody does it. It's just you.
Here's a general rule of thumb, Imani. If your character is not about to directly interact with them more than 3 times, they don't get a backstory.
I'm gonna write that down.
If they're not
also, I'm not giving even named NPCs. I'm not giving them backstory. At most, they're getting like a cool outfit. They're helping me drive the story forward.
To be fair, I don't dress any of these people. They're all just running around naked and they have no face.
They're all naked. You're giving people first and last names, backstories, and families, but no clothes.
No clothes. That's where the brain taps out.
No physical descriptions. Because here's that's wild. No. I have what's the thing where anesthesia? I can't picture things in my head anyway, so I don't describe what people look like. It doesn't matter. I can't see them anywhere.
Oh, but you can see their wife and their children.
I know their lineage. I know what their family tree looks like. I know what their biography looks like. What are you talking about?
I'm having an out-of-body experience.
We gotta know what they look like, though.
I don't know what anyone looks like. I
can't see. Like when you find out, it's the same when you find out some people don't have an inner monologue, and you're like, "What do you mean you don't have an inner monologue?"
Yeah, I have an inner monologue. Yeah,
because
thank God.
Honest, do you have inner monologues?
No.
I think they have too much of an inner monologue. That's why there's so many.
It's mostly an outer monologue with Imani, but that's.
No. Janis, when you hear out loud and what's happening in my head, I want you to know, no offense to anyone, I've been listening to the same song on a loop this entire call.
Oh.
Which song?
Tiffany Blows from Fall Out Boy from The Madness of Two. Okay. It's just on a loop.
All right.
Okay. Listen, whatever you gotta do.
That's perfect for wrapping up maybe one of our last questions before we let you get out of here. And it does involve a little bit of like organizational skills and some other things. So I stole this from you, by the way. Now we have a new Notion guy. Wasn't on today, but Glyza is in. I stole your live Notion thing from when the Bad Deal Blues and like players get updates for resources and things. Can you talk about some organization things you use, maybe like other programs like VTTs, like Foundry or whatever that you use to help you keep all of those characters organized and in a cohesive place?
It's mostly in Notion. I recently created, like a few months ago, I created a TTRPG project tracker. And so everything is in their own row and it's set up like what's coming up next, what's in the pipeline now, what's just a miscellaneous idea. And then the last row is completed. So I can see it organized that way. And then every game has their own page. And then in that page is similar to what you saw, Ariel, in the Bad Deal Blues game. Tweaked. I've made some tweaks and organizational changes there. So that's what I use. Notion is the biggest organizer. For a VTT, it depends on the game, but I'll be using Foundry or Owlbear Rodeo for roles. And sometimes it's just theater of the mind and we're using 3D dice. So or there's 3Ds, ice.com, 3D dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to ask you about those because I've seen them and I didn't know which website or whatever it was.
Sometimes you don't need a VTT, but audience likes it too, but we like to see the dice, hear the little clatters, and then see the dice log update off to the side. So if you look at any of my recent games, you'll see that there's a layout of us, but then there's also, you can see the dice log go up because maybe because a lot of people aren't watching. They're like second screening it while they're doing chores or something. They could rewind, go back and be like, okay, what was that roll that just happened? So I have that stuff.
3Ds. I understand.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I did say DD.
No, I thought you meant 3 and the number 3 and then DDDICE. It's just DDDICE.
That's on me.
No, it's not. I knew exactly what you said. That's once again an Imani problem. I knew exactly.
Ariel's like, I got it immediately. It's Imani.
I've been on the website for minutes.
He said 3DDD ice.
No, I'm saying 3DDD ice.
Well, you're the only one.
Listen, we gotta move on.
But wait, what was the other one? Owlbear what?
Owlbear Rodeo. Yeah. Yeah. When I don't need anything and it's just purely theater of the mind, but I still want the overlay to go over OBS or anything like that, I'll use 3D dice because it has overlay stuff to help with that. Owlbear Rodeo, if I need a little bit more of a VTT feel, but it's simple. And then Foundry, if we're playing a game that just provides, I love Foundry, so I'll always use Foundry if there's a character sheet made inside of it. But yeah, those are the big three. Any other organizational skills? I use Sesh, the dice bot, or no, Discord calendar bot. For all the games as well. Everybody can RSVP. You get reminders the day before, an hour before, so nobody could be like, I didn't know. What else is there? Those are the big those are the big ones. And then I have like music links as well. Big one, you guys should look into Watch Together. And that is watch the number 2 and the word gether.com. Okay. And it's basically, you could just listen to like, hey, here's my Spotify playlist. Everybody joins, click play. There's no ads, but I use it for YouTube. So I created YouTube playlists for different genres. And so for playing fantasy, go to the fantasy playlist, click play. Everybody can listen to the playlist as we play. Cause again, I need music. I got to get in the mood. Okay. Sometimes you need fantasy. Sometimes you need Pony by Genuine. Okay. We got to get in the mood.
Oh, now I'm like, what would you use that? But okay, yeah.
I was like, my brain, like, I wonder if you could run a Magic Mike game in what system?
You for sure could.
It's a road trip game.
Absolutely could run
It's
Magic
just a road
Mike.
trip
What?
game.
Make it a horror one, please. Please
No,
do it.
no,
Yeah, I want a magic horror to Mike where they have to escape or something like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Magic horror Mike.
No, it's Magic
It's just
Mike.
it's just a guy mansplaining things to you.
No, Five Nights at Mike's. Five Nights at Freddy's plus Magic Mike. Yeah.
No, it'd be Magic Mike meets Friday, where you have to make rent by Friday.
No,
Five Nights at Magic Mike Nights.
No,
Five
no,
Nights
Friday
at Magic Mike's night.
No, Friday, like
Night.
the Ice Cube and Chris
like
Tucker movie.
That's the scary movie, Marlon Wayne's one. That's like the
Don't Be a Menace to the Hood.
Yeah, this is we've done here.
The movie's great though. Do we have a product?
Yeah, this is like American, Black American, Black American, Black American.
Is that Black American?
Yeah, black, black.
Like, there's also that Kiki Palmer movie that just came out. One of those days. But it's Magic Mike.
Yeah.
But it's Magic. Oh my God, no. Okay.
All right, Imani, you have a new show to run, and we have to get out of here.
I also have to record a season 2 of a new action play in an hour. So.
Perfect. Thank you for spending time with us, letting us know a little bit about your process and letting us peek into your head. Do shout outs one more time, Imani. This is you, for looking for Mom and Maia's YouTube page or solo like podcasting. They're all the things all over the internet. Look for these links and check out that video, especially for the solo RPG games. I think it's really cool. Or check back on ours for my little selfish plug in here for our missing month, which is also on our YouTube. As we are leaving, I will start with our crew and then end with our guest, Janis. Tell the people goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm Janis. I'm looking for raid targets and shoutouts and so on. So yeah, I'm not going to say much.
No, it's fine.
Janis is our OBS man.
Janis is running.
Imani, tell people who you are.
I'm Imani. You can find me here on Vital Productions. I might be back on my own channel eventually. Who knows? I'm also on YouTube, obviously. And then you'll also see me, not me, you won't actually, you kind of see me, but I'm organizing Juneteenth. Casting call for games have gone up in certain private servers, but they'll go up publicly on Monday, so please look forward to that. But only if you're Black. If someone who's not Black applies to be a player in a game, and I'm saying this because it's happened.
It has?
Yeah.
Last year.
Oh, for the player? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
They're like, oh, I'm not Black, but, and I was just like,
but you would like to help out with producing.
For the veto
there you go.
File.
Anyway, yeah, I'll be doing Juneteenth, and then I'm also producing a Cowboy Bebop actual play that'll be starting in like May, which is around the corner. I know, but
Yes.
Okay.
Literally around the corner. It's next week.
I'm Ariel. I'm 1/5 of Fine Art Productions crew. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me on Siren Made Modules on the internet and here on Fine Art Productions in the future. And last but not least, certainly thank you for stopping by Maia. Tell the people who you are and where they can find you all over the internet.
Yay! My name is Maia, and you can find me at Maia's Game Room on Blue Sky. And that is the name of my podcast as well. That's the higher caliber stuff. And then you can find me on Looking for Mom, which is slightly more relaxed. For other actual plays that I share a channel with other GMs. We got some cool stuff on there too. And then, of course, you can find me on Maia's Solo Room on YouTube, where I'm playing some very cool cinematic narrative focused, but also, I love procedural, so you'll see procedural games in there too on my solo channel.
All right, Janis is looking for us to rate. We ask you all to stick with
yeah,
us.
so
screaming.
I also wanted to shout out Maia, but I need to wait 13 seconds before I'm allowed to again. 4 seconds.
You do.
Please.
Also, we have we're playing tonight live. Looking for Mom.
It's
Come
live?
join us. We're playing Daggerheart later.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
That's for Numerato.
There we go.
I think one of our people, K, is in that as well.
Yeah.
So
K is ours, by the way. Don't say ours. K is ours.
Well, I'll fight you. I will fight you.
Okay, looks like we're fighting.
Okay. Thank you all. We'll go ahead, Janis, and handle our outro.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Our Notion guy, Gleiser, is live, but maybe ending soon, I think. And Tony plus one is playing Orbital Blues. Thank you, Imani, for letting me not finish again.
Sorry.
Tony plus one.
ADHD is a hell of a
an Orbital Blues actual play, including, I think, the rules of a currently kickstarted supplement. So that's where we're going to go. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.